All right, viewers, welcome back to Akobi TV, where we bring on nothing but the best of content. The content where we're going to give you a thought-provoking and a mind-blowing information. Yes, nothing but the best. So Akobi TV, this is what we are made of. All right, without much ado, today is 24th of May 2026, and we are drawing the curtains down on most of the domestic leagues across Europe. Spanish La Liga has come to an end. The Italian Serie A, the most watched, the interesting, and the fantastic, and the loving league on the Earth planet, the English Premier League, the French Ligue 1, and the German Bundesliga. And also, we shouldn't forget the Ligue 1 Primera of Portugal. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Before I proceed, let me begin with the English Premier League, the most interesting league on the Earth planet. But before then, shall we give it up to Arsenal? Yes, Arsenal are now the champions of England for a decade and 22 years. After 22 years of trying, they finally get their hands off the title again in England. So they are crowned champions of England. Now, guys, the inspiration we can draw from Arsenal's victory is that no matter whatever you are going through, be persistent, be consistent, never give up, be determined that you can also make your life meaningful. You can also be successful, regardless of how long it's going to take. Just be consistent. Just be consistent. Arsenal were mocked on. We mocked at Arsenal during the time, but they know what they were doing. And finally, they've gotten their hands on the title. Today, Arsenal can now rub shoulders with the big boys, with the big clubs in England. Yes, we were once a champion, that was 22 years ago, but now they're also a champion again. So kudos to Mikel Arteta. Let's give it up. All right. So before we proceed, Guardiola, wow. What a coach. What a coach. What a man. What a man. He doesn't settle for less, regardless of whatever the thing is. He doesn't settle for less. Even if it's a competition that we are going to give, even if it's a fun, that is the title. Guardiola will fight for it and make sure he's going to win. But it's a title, regardless of whatever the title, how small it is, Guardiola is going to make sure he will compete and win it. He's one man I have drawn a lot of inspiration from. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up. He's always determined. He always sticks to his principle. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up. He's a winner. He hates to lose. I love Guardiola very much. So this is for Guardiola. After a decade, he has decided to hang his coat. He has decided to depart his role as the manager of Manchester City. Immensely, he has done super well. Well, as a Manchester United fan, as a neighbor of Manchester City, well, in as much as I hate the things he did to us and breaking a lot of our records, well, I can't relegate his impact. I can't relegate his impact and his legacy in England cannot be relegated. Yes, he's done a lot. I mean, we are not the best. We can rub shoulders as far as the treble is concerned, and some of the teams in England are wishing to be like us, but unfortunately cannot be like us. You know, some things are meant for the big boys only. As they say, you want to bam, you want to chill with the big boys. But I'm sorry, what is meant for the big boys takes a lot to get there. And my darling club, Manchester United, it has been a turnaround. It has been a turnaround season for us. So sorry, Ruben Amorim was sacked. Actually, he was one coach I was actually vouching for, but along the line I realized that no, this coach is not. He is not the manager that can take us to our next phase of life. He's not the manager that can lead us beyond 2 to 10 years, like the way Guardiola stayed at England. Some people will advocate and say you need that time, but in as much as you need that time, you need to show us signs that yes, indeed, the future is going to be bright. But in as much as his philosophy and his plans was good for Man United, he was just stubborn. Ruben Amorim was just stubborn. He was not ready and willing to adapt to change. He was not ready to change. And one thing about humanity is that you need to adapt to change. Adaptation is a proof of what honor. You need to what? Adapt. There are times you need to relegate your principles and change one or two things to suit the situation in which you are. But Roman Amorim was not ready to change it. That actually cost him his job. That actually cost him his job. I bet to say if Amorim was at Manchester United now, I doubt would have, but now would have been struggling to even play top four. But one of our own, Michael Carrick, came in just under something small. He knows the club, he knows the DNA of the club, he knows how the league operates. Just add something small. I mean, do the most important thing. Win games. As far as you are winning games, you are building the confidence of the player. So when Michael Carrick came in after winning 2, 3, 4 games, you could see that the confidence of the players was reignited. And that is something we cannot take away from Michael Carrick. And now today he has been given the head coach as the head coach at Man United, 2 years plus 1 year option. I hope it doesn't end the way it ended with Liga and Association somewhere around 8 or 9 years ago, if my memory serves me right. We hope, and I wish Michael Carrick all the best as the head coach of Man United, and he should take us to the promised land once again, and should re-announce Manchester United in Europe as one of the best, as one of the fiercest clubs in England. So I congratulate my darling club back to the Champions League. We are back. Glory, 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 Man United. And lastly, it hurts me to see Tottenham. Today is going to be a battle of who is going to be relegated between Tottenham and West Ham. Now, let me say this. It is interesting both clubs are battling relegation. But I'm going to say that it's by virtue of their bad decisions they made. Let me begin from West Ham. West Ham once upon a time recently won the Conference League somewhere 2 years ago under David Moyes. But they were advocating to play nice football, nice football, nice football. And today look at where nice football is ending them. After winning the league, after bringing some kind of stability in the club and winning an European trophy for West Ham, they decided to go for a nice football. They brought in Julian Lopetegui. And I've said for countless time, most of the English managers, when they come to England, they struggle. Apart from Guardiola and Adriano Ariola of Bournemouth and some few Spanish managers who have excelled at England, trust me, West Ham are paying for what they did. Bad decisions. The same as Tottenham. How can you sack a manager who won a European trophy for you for so many years? I think for 17 or 18 years. They beat my darling club. That was hurtful. But today they are struggling because of the bad decision they made. How can you sack Ange Postecoglou and hire Thomas Frank? With all due respect to Thomas Frank, we have to know that life is all about what? Faces and about levels. Thomas Frank's pedigree was not up to Tottenham. A coach who won an European trophy with you, we were supposed to maintain him. You sacked him, went for Igor Tudor, another good manager who also brought some kind of stability. Didn't also work well. And now, another good manager is also struggling to keep the coach and keep the team in the league. Today is going to be a battle of relegation. Tottenham and West Ham, these two clubs are, by virtue of what their bad decisions they made today, they are all battling relegation. And one is going to survive. And honestly, let's be honest with ourselves, we all want to see Tottenham in the league. But however, our wish is not what is going to. Another day, the best team is going to win. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Subscribe to Akubi TV. We're going to bring you nothing but the best. As I said, I'm Jonas, and today I am your host for. Thank you, guys. So I'm out. Bye-bye.